Hello?
Hello.
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 Oh, fancy meeting you here.
Is it Friday already?
It's
I guess so.
Friday.
I
Wow.
don't know when that happened.
Well,
We love you, Rick, and we will miss you.
yes,
We
we'll
love
miss you
you.
tonight.
Yeah.
Well, welcome, friends. It's Friday, and welcome to GutPunchRP, a tabletop role-playing game stream channel focused on inclusivity in gaming spaces and charity. You can type !donate into the chat to get a link to our ongoing Tiltify event for I Need Diverse Games. Type !charity to learn more about them and all that they do. They're pretty cool. Each month we do give away some lovely prizes to random donors, just so you are aware, because this is a charity stream. All the money that comes in from those bits and subs goes right back into the channel to be used for prizes and to help us make this channel even better. Did you know that we are sponsored by tabletoploot.com? You can type !tabletoploot for a link. Be sure to use the code GutPunchRP to save 15% at checkout. We are also sponsored by Dungeons Gate, a local Midwestern game shop. Type Dungeons Gate to check out their awesome website. I do believe there's also a GutPunchRP code to get 15% off there as well. So be sure to use that for them as well.
10%
Would you like to
excluding sales
10%,
items.
excuse me. 10%, pardon me. Would you like to support us in a non-monetary ways? You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Liking the videos, tweets, and retweeting our Go Live tweets really does help the channel. And if you've missed out on any of our wonderful shows that we have going on here, be sure to check out our YouTube. They're all posted there, so you can go back and rewatch some of your favorite adventures. If this is your first time joining this channel, welcome! You have joined us for episode 6 of Darkness Rising, which is a homebrew fantasy 5e campaign that we play every other Friday, this Friday being our first night back. Be sure to join us every Monday for the wonderful Laurelwind, every opposite Thursday of our Fridays, so next Thursday. Be sure to join us for the Cowpal Adventures, all starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. As you can see, our wonderful friend Rick could not join us tonight, but we love you so much, and we send you all of our love. But without further ado, let's get right into it. It's been a little bit. Last time on Darkness Rising, the party finally ventured into the mansion and were prepared to face whatever darkness followed behind the creepy doll and her aunt. Everything was fine except the door didn't want to open, which is a recurring theme. It was almost as if a sinister presence was aiming to mess with the party before they even entered the house. It opened of its own accord when they started to explore other options, though. Molly, the doll, waited for them inside, sitting at a table across from the door. She seemed rather excited that they had decided to follow after her. When Liliana made an attempt to sneak upstairs to see Auntie, the gargoyles standing guard attacked. After a short battle, the party did finally make their way up the stairs to face Auntie Gertrude. They decided against exploring right away, hoping to take care of the major enemy before going through the rest of the manor. The first room they entered led them to a desk where a skeleton worked fervently, taking notes, when a shadow passed by them that the skeleton reacted to. In the next room, the party witnessed a memory of sorts of two women confronting each other, when one became a horrible, ghastly hag, and the other resulted in bones that lay in a discarded heap. The hag, Gertrude, attacked. It drew them all into its lair, and they fought. Gertrude's dark magic summoned undead creatures to her side, but the party was not deterred. Even when she tried to banish Quinn, the man known as Kronos proved to be a useful ally and sent her back. It wasn't long before the hag was defeated. The man, shriveled and attached to the ceiling, thanked the party for freeing him, and the house began to collapse. Quick thinking and fast hands had the party floating safely down from the balcony on a feather fall as the Ashwell Manor collapsed around them. The mother, Vixis, and her daughter Molly also thanked the party, and Molly politely returned Anissa's weapons before they were able to find their peace in the afterlife. Searching through the rubble, the party found a jewelry box, a green emerald, and a few other fun spoils. Now the party must return back to their journey as they head off towards the Eurasian capital of Aletha. What other dangers lie in store for our intrepid heroes? Let's find out. Oh, you are all hanging out just outside of the mansion house, which lays in ruins around you. What are we all doing?
It's like night, right? Like it's about to be night. It's evening.
It's like midday.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Like
cool.
probably more towards cusp evening, but it's still like early dinner time. Like a little too early for dinner.
I don't think River ever divvied up the gold, so that is what she is doing right now.
Okay, smart.
We should make a decision whether we're going to try and camp near here or if we want to get some distance between us and this place.
Well, I feel like we know this place is safe, and even though it's a little early, I wouldn't say no to a rest or a...
Yeah, I agree. I think, I don't know. There's probably, I mean, when I tried to sense evil things, there wasn't anything besides the, well, all of that we've taken care of now. So, it's probably safer than just going into the woods.
Very well then. And Liliana will start to put a camp together.
Gonna do a perimeter
about
check,
that?
and this will definitely start doing like a walk around.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
A perception check. No.
River passes out the gold to everyone.
That's a 9.
9. It seems pretty chill. There doesn't seem to be too much animal activity at the moment, but that's, you could probably say, is because the house just collapsed, which would have created quite the stir and scared most animals away. So
So I'm just gonna come back, flipping my hammer like a beat patrolman with his light. No.
Okay.
Really, just great at my job. Don't worry, guys. It's clear.
DM, because my character would know this, but the player who slept a few times since the last time we played, do we have any magical items that we are unsure of?
yes.
What might those be? Slash, have I already figured out that they are
No, I
magical?
don't believe that you have truly identified them yet.
Then I would like to, if possible, actually, it is an action. I will go ahead and just cast, wait, hang on. No, hang on, where'd it go? I will ritually cast Detect Magic to, sit down, take 10 minutes, do that.
Okay.
And then I
Alright.
would like to, as long as nobody has a problem with it, sit down and continue to ritually cast Identify on the things.
It's like
Okay.
keep bringing Quinn things and setting them in front of her. It's like, okay. I think Kira will just park next to her and be like, as soon as Quinn is done with one thing, just pass her the next one. It's like, okay, here's the next one.
All right. So you have Anissa's hammer, which I don't think you've totally identified. You understand that it does some cold damage. You have the green stone that you found with Auntie Gertrude when she died. I believe you guys found the jewelry box that had in those spell scrolls and money.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's everything. The big things were the emerald and
Yeah.
Kira, you also have those boots.
Right. Yes.
You have those
two.
boots, and yeah, I remembered.
Thank
All
you,
right.
because I did not.
So the detect magic would go off, letting you know that there's enchantment magic around the boots, and there is necrotic magic and enchantment magic around the emerald. There's also enchantment magic on Anus's hammer, which is, you can kind of assume that's the case. As your identify goes off,
What about the jewelry box?
the jewelry box would have gone off just around the spell scrolls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the spell scrolls were in the box.
Yeah.
Yes, they were.
Has also been a hot minute.
Yeah. Fair.
However, the boots, they are boots of silent step, I think is what they're called. I could be wrong about that. Hold on. But they're let me just do a quick Google. It's to help.
Good.
It's to help with, like, they don't make sound when you walk in them.
Oh, that should be useful for you, Kira, because they should help make you
Yeah.
quieter.
Yeah. Just kind of lifts an arm, and then her armor clangs, and puts it back down.
It's the boots of the elven kind, is what they're called.
Ooh.
Putting those back on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have advantage on all dexterity stealth checks while you wear these boots.
So I have normal rolls on stealth checks.
Yes.
Yes.
The emerald comes back as, can you not, please? my light's flickering again. It just wants to be a part of the. It wants to be a part of the game.
Ambiance.
Your
Setting the
apartment
mood for
It
the
is
emerald.
It is setting the mood for the emerald. Oh, where are you? I gotta pull you up. There it is. So this item comes back as the Leecher's Emerald. This green emerald is an ancient relic imbued with necrotic energies by an evil necromancer. Once attuned to this item, you can magically implant the emerald into the chest of any living creature, and the creature must successfully win a grappling check. Otherwise, they will lose health points equal up to 3d6 hit points of 60 feet within the caster. However, the first moment that this emerald is used for its intended purpose, the caster moves a step towards it moves their alignment a step towards evil.
Hint.
Yeah. It's good. So.
Oh yes. So this stone, well, it seems you can implant it in someone's chest and continues with the.
Is this spooky?
Oh, that sounds horrifying.
Yeah, that's pretty creepy.
Yeah.
It
We need to do something with that
is
so that people can't use it.
I'm sorry, DM. When it's
Yes.
implanted in the chest, what does it do again?
So, if, for example, if Quinn was to implant this gem into somebody's chest, as long as they're within 60 feet of you, for 3 times, you can draw 3d6 health to you from them. However, each time that you draw health from that person to yourself, your alignment will shift down 1 towards evil.
Okay.
So, pros and cons. Pros and cons. Oh, it does also have a tracker on it. Thank you for reminding me. That as soon as you cast it, the person who has it, you can always tell where it is at all times.
Across planes or just within?
Within the material, whatever plane that you're on.
Okay, so long as you're on the same plane, you know where
Yes.
they are.
Yes, words are hard.
That's fair.
There's so many of them.
There are so many of them.
I don't
Does
really
that
like
part-
the life drain part, but the other part could be handy.
Can't be considering using this thing, can you?
Well, okay, so hypothetically,
Quinn.
listen. So hypothetically, let's say that I were to voluntarily put it into my own chest. Or like volunteer that someone else put it into my chest. And then we go on some weird mission where I get kidnapped, or we like set it up so one of us gets kidnapped. We can always know where that person is, and we could track people that way. I'm not saying using the other part, but the one part where you always know where they are could be useful for us.
Liana, is this
Quite.
like your...
It's like
Yes,
the ultimate
it's
of
quite
trust.
practical thinking.
Like, it's the ultimate in, like, trust fall exercises, if you will. I trust that you will, like... Kira, I would trust that you would not drain my life and not step towards evil.
Well, of course. Well, yeah. But the fact that someone could using that thing is, I don't know.
I understand your hesitance, but sometimes we must use the tools that are weaponized by our opposition to defeat them in the first place. It's kind of my order's whole basis of operation, really.
I know that the life drain thing is bad, but just for like emergency sake, wouldn't it make more sense to put it in one of the hardier people?
Yes, I don't think Quinn would have much health to offer in an extreme situation.
Yeah, and if I feel like it's already like emergency time if we're
She
putting
has
anything
42
in
hit
anyone's
points
chest.
and didn't take any damage in the last fight.
But
You almost got as many hit points as I do, which is not good for me. D10
I have a
versus
high
D6.
constitution.
Well, in any case, I don't believe it would benefit us to use the emerald in any situation at the moment. So just hold on to it, and we can make a decision when we come to that crossroad.
Did it fall out of that thing when we killed it?
Yeah. It did.
It more so, it fell out of the dad.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
that
she
makes
was
sense.
Draining, yes.
I was concerned that it was in her. Forgot.
And then what was tracking her?
Yeah.
No, it was in the dad.
All right. Let me just put that
We-
one in the
Did
back.
did we see it in action during that fight? 'Cause she did drain the dad at one point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
So which one of us is the trustworthy soul that gets to carry it?
I'm not touching that thing.
That's a shame. You are who I was going to suggest.
I was
Same.
also going to say you.
Don't take it if you're not comfortable with it. But you
Of
also would be
course.
the last one to not use it. Last one to use it. Not use it? Use it. Negative.
That one.
Exactly. If there's anyone we can trust with it, it would be you.
Fine, yeah. She'll open up her bag for someone else to put it inside for her.
Mage hand!
Actually, wait, and she'd like wrap it, wrap it up in like a handkerchief or something, and
Yeah.
and put it in the bottom of her bag. Like, yeah.
I will. Oh wait, you posted a link to it. Never mind. I won't save the
Yes.
link. I'm getting this thing out of my inventory though.
I don't know what
Oh,
you're
do I have to
talking
put it in
about.
mine?
Yes,
Yeah.
you do.
Ah.
I'll just clap you on the back bracingly.
It's gonna be like the weird colored pen at the bottom of your backpack. You forget it's there. Like,
Yep.
Mm-mm.
It's gonna be great. There's no bad's gonna come from this.
No.
Yeah,
Well, okay, well, don't
just
say
like
that.
Alright.
I'm gonna use that before this game. This game is over.
Kira has anything to say about it. You gave it to me. That's not
That's-
happening.
That's why.
River was gonna sell it, so I'm glad you guys grabbed it.
That's a terrible thing to sell.
You know, maybe it is good that I've got it.
Yeah.
What, you don't want to give it to some passerby who might give you some gold for it? Come
And
on.
then use it to destroy the world? Nah.
Yeah.
No?
Not destroy the world, just themselves mostly.
I mean, that's fair.
Anissa, do you want to
Alright.
know about your hammer?
I'm like sitting there like trying to read the runes on the top, which I can't because they're the wrong kind. I'll go, yeah, yes please. Just kind of drop it in front of you. The clang.
All right. It is the runes are dwarven, and etched upon them, they add a d6 of cold damage to all hits up to 3 times, I think it is. And then it resets at dawn. Something like that. I gotta go look at all my creations.
It does not say that.
Oh, it does not say. It just
No, it
adds
just
a
says
d6.
D6.
Add a d6.
Okay, cool. I was like, aw.
Nope, add a d6. I think I made another weapon where it's only... it doesn't matter. It's fine.
Yeah.
So, every hit does a d6. Yeah. Get that cold damage.
Mm-hmm.
Could I also
All right.
take some time ritually cast comprehend languages? What do the runes say?
Oh man, you're gonna make me... Okay.
It's fine. No, like if you're, that's fine.
Scotty was here.
Scotty was here. Who's Scotty? I don't know, but she's got really good handwriting.
Scotty doesn't know.
Iona.
No, it says blessings of the mountain wind. Guide your hammer to... I have to think of what rhymes with wind. To enemies pinned. Yes. Bam.
Which is great because you get advantage on hits when they're prone.
Yes. All right. We'll say after all of that, it's about dinner time now. Is there anything else you guys wanted to do before taking evening watches? The like?
I would take out my spellbook and I would like to, with whatever supplies I have and whatever time, transcribe some of these scrolls into my book.
Okay. I believe it's...
An hour per thing? Or is it an hour per level?
I think it's an hour per level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the bigger, stronger scrolls will take longer.
It also costs more per level.
Yes.
And materials.
Which
Is-
I'm actually not sure how much I have in materials because we just said a lot from the one,
Yeah.
the whatever study.
You could probably get the one that you sent me
Mhm.
and part of one of the other two.
Well, I also
Before
have
you-
the steed one, which is like the phantom
Oh, yeah.
steed that is a low
Yes.
level, so I can focus on those
So
two.
you could probably get those two done
Okay.
and then still have a few pages left before you'd want to replenish your supplies.
I will transcribe Silvery Barbs and Phantom Steed into my book.
All right. All right. How are we doing?
Liliana will just like watch Quinn do this, and will say, "Is this the only way you've ever done magic? The learned way?"
For the most part, yes. There've been
Cryptic.
well, I mean, there's been a few times that do you ever just have situations where you think you're going to miss, but then suddenly the shot lines up?
Once or twice, yes.
Just weird happenstance. But for the most part, whenever I've done anything that's been controlled, it's been through hard work and study.
Focus is an underappreciated virtue.
Have you always come to your talents naturally, or?
I had a mote of natural magic myself, but most of my current skills are alchemical in nature. Part of the ritual to become a member of my order is to imbibe a pseudo-magical potion that changes your physiology.
And I apologize. I have been told that my curiosity can sometimes come off as abrasive. So if this is untoward, then just tell me and I will back off. But you volunteered for this.
I did, yes. I actually had to campaign for it a bit. I was underprepared, to say the least.
Underprepared for the transformation, or underprepared and therefore you sought the transformation?
The process of the transformation is quite rigorous. It's not uncommon to lose acolytes whose stomach is bigger than their plates.
Well, I, for one, am glad you survived.
I didn't, actually. And Liliana will take down the hood and show, like, the dark blue, almost space-like flames, and will just run a hand through her hair and say, "It used to be red."
Oh. How long ago was that?
Oh, God. Probably upwards of a decade. By the nines, I'm getting old.
Well, you look, Fan. I'm gonna keep working in my book.
And Liliana will just go back to not really trying to solve her puzzle box, but just like fiddling with it.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything tonight?
In my just extensive patrol of the land, were there any like streams or lakes, ponds?
There was a small little brook that you passed, that kind of ventured back down the road that you came and then kind of veered off towards the upwards. I say upwards, like if you guys were coming, like continuing up from where you guys were coming from, kind of like goes up that way. But
I'm gonna go take a bath.
okay. Yeah. You got enough to do like a little like sponge, because it's not like super deep, but you've got enough that where like you could like fill up a cup or
Do like a little cup thing.
yeah. All right.
Yeah, and just, rebraid my hair and come back all clean and like a fresh smelling warrior.
All right. Anybody else want to do anything before we start doing watches?
Kira's not doing anything. I think River's probably gonna just taunt her into playing cards with her.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All right.
Willow?
Yeah. No, you said River.
Okay.
But playing cards.
That's a very Willow thing to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I can't fit board games in my bag, guys. I got so many options.
You got dice games. You got card games. I guess you are playing card games.
Dragon chess?
All right. Dragon chess.
Get all set, folds up.
All right. As the night comes to a close, begins to drag on, how are we going to do our watches for this evening? If you're going to take watches, or are we all just gonna go nap? Because fought evil hags.
Yeah, we're totally safe here. We could just go to... No.
You can sing
No.
in the dark.
Really?
Raise your hand.
I'll
I
take
can now.
First
Man.
watch.
I can.
So, someone pair up with Quinn.
Oh, I guess if I have to.
I'll go first then.
Okay.
River
can-
will pair up with her, or
Yeah, Kira can go by herself, yeah. Or with,
don't leave the sorcerer by herself.
Yeah. I can
You
go
two
by...
go
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, sorcerer should sleep for... Okay. Anyway.
All right. Who's taking second watch?
that can be Kira.
Okay, and then my third watch will be Liliana and Quinn. Wonderful. So as everyone starts to wind down for bed, if I could get a perception check from River and Anissa, please.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait,
So
it'll be
well, us.
four. It'll be four.
No. Yeah.
12.
15.
Yay!
All right. It's still very, very quiet. It was very, very quiet when you approached the mansion. It's been very, very quiet since it collapsed. You could probably tell that the absolute, just aura of necrotic energy that has encompassed this place has kept most living creatures away out of, just sheer natural fear. So whatever was there, it'll take a while for any living thing outside of yourselves to kind of wander its way back to you.
Sound isn't weird. It's
No,
Okay.
it's just quiet. It's weird in that you're out in the wilderness and there's normally bugs, or occasionally you can hear an owl hooting, or even deer or rabbits walking through the underbrush, but there's nothing.
I would sit there and fill the silence with the rhythmic sharpening of a sword.
Wonderful.
Sorry, everyone.
No, it's totally fine. However, did you guys want to do anything while you're on your watch, or are you just gonna sharpen your sword? River, what are you doing?
I guess she'll work on oiling up her crossbow and getting all of the bolts ready. And like just like nod to her and be like, nice lock picking back there.
Thanks. I mean, you seem to sneak and enter things pretty well. As that was a weird way to say that.
Thank
You
you.
seem to have a similar set of skills, is what I'm saying.
It's impressive that, usually the people I've met who are as heavily armored as you make a lot of noise. However, you're pretty damn silent.
Thanks. You just. Well, I'm good at the sneaking anyway, but you invest in good armor, and I sort of like shrug, and my armor is like weirdly silent.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I like it a lot.
All right,
So,
well,
really go back to sharpening my sword.
Back to just like a comfortable silence of people who are okay with silence.
Yeah.
all right. While that's happening, Liliana, as you
Yes.
drift off to sleep, you find yourself not necessarily drifting off so much as being carried. Like, there's no one touching you, there's nothing touching you, but you are being pulled from where you were. What would you do? Would you let it happen, or would you struggle against it?
What is there like a feel or a vibe that I get from this pull? Is there like malice? Am I being like dragged or just
It's like
taken?
you can roll me an insight check.
Sure.
Yeah, do that. Just do the roll.
That is an 18.
18. You get the vibe this is more of like it's trying to comfort you while it's pulling you away. Like, this is almost like a detachment. Like, that this consciousness should not be going where it's going. You're leaving something behind, but you can't quite latch on to what it is you're leaving behind. But even still, it feels like a warm embrace, like you're swaddled in like a blanket, being carried by a mother, as you're drifting through this almost void of senses.
Liliana will, in that case, just follow the pull.
Okay. You close your eyes again, just letting yourself drift on this, and suddenly you're not moving anymore. And you open your eyes, and you are standing in a clearing of sorts. The trees are pale colored, not like they're dull, they're just not white, the full vibrancy of natural life. And you hear from behind you, well, I didn't think I'd see you again so soon.
I suppose I've arrived unannounced, though I'm not exactly sure where.
Here nor there is essentially where you are. And it's an in-between, the veil, if you will.
I see. Liliana reaches to check if her sword is with her.
You do not have any of your worldly possessions with you. In fact, you don't even seem to have a body.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Oh, I love that story.
I was feeling pulled to this place.
Oh.
Can I assume that was your doing?
Why, yes. It seems you found my face. and appearing before you is a figure. And this is a tall, thin being. They don't really have, like, they're not gangly, but they're not muscled. They're just, they're lithe and, not lanky, but, you know, that sort of, like, esque. And they hold their arm out and they do a bow, and you recognize that this being is wearing that mask that you found. And
Interesting.
to whom is it that has found my face? Can I address you in thanks?
I am Lady Liliana Jessamine Poltain.
Lady Liliana. Well, it is quite an honor to meet you. They call me Berlin.
I believe the pleasure is mine.
Truly, I owe you a debt of gratitude, for you have returned to me that which I have been missing.
Well, I'll admit I did not take it assuming it was a possession of someone else's.
All the better that you have it, though.
What does it do?
It allows you answers, if you will, but with every gift, I shouldn't say gift, it's just not a gift. For every question, there is a cost. But for what I have already experienced, I'd be happy to offer an answer.
I think I would like that.
Wonderful, wonderful. The only cost that I require is experience. My world, beautiful as it is, and he kind of gestures to the almost ethereal pastels of this world around him, or around you both, is beautiful, but it's lacking in life. Life that I don't get to experience. I want a taste of that.
And in exchange, I get answers.
Correct. If that is agreeable. Granted, I can only do so much from beyond the veil here.
River will be upset. And Liliana will extend a hand.
And you notice that you have a body again. And they graciously accept your hand and shake, and the mask disintegrates from their face and appears between you where you had been holding hands. And there's still no face there, but it's not just plain. It's not like an empty hole. Like, you look at them and you see a face, but you can't put any defining features to the face. It is just a face. And they smile and they hold out that mask to you. Keep it close. And whenever you wear it, I will always be there to answer. Regardless of time.
Very well, then.
Well, Lady Liliana, this has been most delightful. And I look forward to our next meeting. Oh, but before you go, is there a question that I can answer for you? For the experiences I have already received? If it is within my power to answer, I will do so. If I cannot answer, I will search, and I will contact you again in this same manner.
You've seen the people that I travel with, I assume.
I have.
Yes.
They are most interesting a gathering.
To say the least.
What is it you want to know?
Do you think there is a way that my magic could take the form of my friend Rivers? Something similar to hers?
In what way? Your friend River has quite a bit of magic that I myself could not have touched.
I suppose I meant more the appearance.
With the
hue of the auras.
Oh, well, if that is what you want, I'm certain we could come to an agreement of that sort. You want it to be that purple-violet-esque of colors? Now, I will say, it will not be the exact same shade, for again, I cannot touch the magic that she uses.
An approximation will be close enough.
Then yes, I most certainly can make that happen.
It was interesting speaking to you.
And you as well. I look forward to speaking with you again.
Hopefully you enjoy the show.
Trust me, I already have. And you feel yourself being pulled away again. It's not abrupt or sharp, it is that same gentle pulling away, and you find yourself back in your body. That's what you left behind. You weren't in your body. That was weird. Oh well, let's go back to sleep. And you do. You drift back off. Ira.
Uh-huh.
As you drift off to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
you find yourself in a wide open field of green grasses that come up to your knees. Really? I mean, yes, I appreciate the ambiance, but like I'm trying to do a thing here. This light is just
The ghost in your apartment just really wants to communicate with you.
it does. Anyway, the only odd thing about this field is that it's covered in a thick blanket of white fog. You stand...
Sorry,
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask if any of it looked familiar, like if this place.
Because of how obstructed your view is of this fog, it could be anywhere. This is just open field, rolling plain, perhaps. You do notice that you're in just regular clothes. You've got just a blouse, trousers, and some nice leather boots. But other than that,
Do I have any of my weapons?
nope.
If she looks around, is there anything remarkable? Any people? Any buildings?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Oh! Shouldn't have trusted the new dice. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no. That's gonna be a 4.
Or nope. This fog, very thick, very thick.
All right. Yeah, I don't have anything that can mess around with that. So I'm gonna try to just like wave away some of the fog, I guess. Try to get an idea of maybe like looking at the plants, try to figure out where in the world is Kira in her dream. But I don't know.
She has pants on. She's got a shirt and trousers. Sorry, I just saw Amber's comment. She's just in plain clothes, just no armor. You try to move this fog, and it's stubborn. It doesn't want to go anywhere.
Okay. Hello?
No response.
Hello?
No response.
Is it daytime?
Possibly. I mean, you can see, so it's definitely not nighttime, but it could be like early dawn. It could be high noon. It could be, duskish. There's just gray.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Pay no attention to the gremlins in the chat.
So, yeah, there's just green grass, white, gray fog.
I think she's gonna start just wandering.
Okay.
Until she sees something different.
What's your passive perception?
11.
Out of the corner of your eye, you see a black cloak.
Turn to look.
You see a hooded figure holding something against their chest. They look, and all you can see is darkness in their hood, and then they disappear into the fog.
She's gonna follow.
From behind you, you start to hear cries and screams.
Turning around, going that way instead.
You turn around, and as you run towards it, you getting closer and closer. The screams are getting louder. You can start to recognize some of these voices. They're voices from your hometown. You can hear your friends and your teachers. And there's a wall. A tall wall that stretches up as far as the eye can see, as wide as you can see, stretching out into this foggy void, this foggy nothingness around you. What do you do?
She's gonna try to climb it. Even though she can't see the top, she's gonna try.
Okay. You go to start looking for a place to grip so that you can climb, and there's no breaks in this wall. It's solid rock as it stretches.
Then she's gonna run and try to find an end to the wall. She's gonna try to, yeah.
You run one way and it just keeps going and going. It's almost as if you're standing still and the wall just keeps growing longer and longer into this into this gray nothingness around you. You turn around and you go back the other way, and I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Ah, fuck.
As your foot catches something and you fall to the ground.
That's gonna be a 13.
13? You aren't quite able to catch yourself as much as you would have wanted to like roll into like standing back up, but you don't get hurt. You just trip and you fall, and you look back at what you tripped over, and it's a single gauntlet.
Does it look familiar?
I mean, there's many different gauntlets. This one is just plain. It has no adornments. It's just made of steel.
She's gonna pick it up.
Okay. It feels warm as you touch it, but the screams on the other side of that wall get louder. And
what is this? What are you trying to say?
You can hear Taryn. Kira, please. Help.
I can't get through.
As you hold, the gauntlet grows warmer in your hand.
What is... She's gonna try putting it on.
It slides on, and it fits more perfectly than any other gauntlet you have ever held in your life. And what are you gonna do with it?
How sturdy does the wall look?
It looks like straight sheetrock.
Fuck it. She's gonna try to break down the wall. Break it down.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Oh boy. She's gonna break your damn hand. That's cocked. And that is, so this be an unarmed strike then?
Yes. Are you hitting with hand? Which hand are you hitting with?
With the gauntlet in the hopes that it'll maybe protect her hand a little bit.
Okay.
It's a dirty 20.
Okay. You reel back and you slam your fist into this, and you hear a crunch.
Of
and
my
you
hand?
look, no, of rock.
Oh.
You pull your fist back, and there is a crack at where you hit. The gauntlet grows brighter and gets warmer and begins to crawl up your arm, giving you a shoulder piece now.
Thank you. She's gonna do it again.
Go ahead and roll the hit again.
That time it's a 14.
You go and you're like, this isn't... You hit and you're like, that wasn't as good of a hit, but the wall shatters farther. The divot that you have created is now roughly the size of a foot. It's a foot of rock that has crumbled away. And you can sort of see there's a small pinprick in the middle. You've almost breached through this wall.
She's going again.
Okay, roll the hit.
That time it's a 13.
You go to punch again, and what is Kira thinking about?
She's thinking about trying to get to her loved ones on the other side.
You go and your fist goes straight through this wall. And as it crumbles down around you, rubble bouncing off of the armor that now encases your body. And you look out and you see your hometown devastated, demolished, bodies laying strewn everywhere. The armor begins to heat up again around you. What do you do?
She's gonna run and try to find anybody who's still alive.
You go. Are you searching for anyone in particular?
Yeah, she's searching for Taryn, and she's searching for Arila, and she's searching for the other kids that she helped to look out for.
Okay. You search through the main town, and you can't find them. And you go up farther into where you know the temple to be. And the temple is the only thing that's standing. And you can hear on the inside soft cries and pleading for help.
She's running inside.
And you see Taryn standing, comforting the kids as best as she could. And she looks, turns to Arila and says, go to the next town, see if you can find any help. We're going to need some healers to take care of those we can. And Arila nods and then looks back at everyone and runs. And as she runs through you. And you wake up. Back in your bedroll. Back in your camp.
She's not falling back asleep. That's not happening. That's not happening after that.
No,
Nope.
You sure? You sure?
Yep, pretty damn sure. Yep.
Okay.
Probably gonna spend some time sending up some silent prayers that everyone back home is safe and just stay up because she's
Quinn. As you drift off to sleep, you open your eyes again and you're not asleep. You're back in that library. What are you doing?
Clarify, this is Kronos's?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello.
Oh, good, you've made it.
Well, I suppose so. I just went to bed, so...
It's the best time to get you, when you can drift in between the worlds.
Interesting. Pulls out her notebook and kind of just like...
There'll be plenty of time for that later. Come on, we've got some history to rewrite, as it were. And Kronos steps, waves you to follow him, and
Okay.
he leads you up some a set of 7 stairs up to a very large round dais, and on the wood of this raised platform is an inscription. What languages does Quinn know?
I think it's Elvish. Common, Draconic, and Elvish.
Okay, so you do not recognize this scripture. But it's kind of fanned out in a large circular pattern. It's definitely very ritualistic in its design. You wanted to go back in time, did you not?
I mean, yes.
And you know the moment clearly in your mind that you want to go back to.
DM clarification.
Mm-hmm.
Did we already do the first one we discussed in game? Okay. Thank you.
He said he had some things he had to prepare first.
That's right. Okay.
So we have not gone back. And then whenever you went back to think about it, it was always cloudy and fuzzy.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, I do.
All right. Now, for this one, I'm going to guide you through it, and in which I'm going to be the lead, and you will follow as I do. Yes?
Very well. So I'm not supposed to take notes now. I'm just...
No.
Okay.
I need you to stand in the center of the circle.
All right. She kind of a bit awkwardly, but does it.
A few times he does say, "Oh, watch where you step. Don't step on the inscription." It took me forever to get that written down just right.
Well, I mean,
Just watch where you're doing.
no, but you could like okay.
Once you do get into the center, he goes, "Okay. Close your eyes. Think of the time that you want to change. Picture it clearly. Picture what you want to have happened. And then tap your magic and just let it go through you." And as you're thinking, you can feel the magic, that Pronergy magic, begin to fill the room, starting from the inscription on the floor. Everything begins to sort of glow a faint reddish, with like a faint blue outline as your two magics intertwine. A large clock appears beneath your feet. The minute hand going forward stops and begins to tick backwards. And it goes faster and faster and faster. Wind begins to pick up around you, swirling in a vortex as this magic encapsulates you. And then it stops. What do you do?
Would open my eyes.
You're back in the waiting room, listening to the cheers for the battle that just happened outside you're back at the tournament where you were chosen to come upon this mission with Lady Reyna's vehement excitement. Except you were going to fight Jax, the necromancer student. Except this time, coming down that hall, you see Jax. And he comes over to you. Oh, Quinn, that was incredible. I don't envy you going up against her now.
She is quite formidable, I know.
You're going to dazzle them all, yeah?
I will give it my best, but I mean,
Oh, come on, don't be modest.
Maeve is quite capable, though.
And you aren't?
I mean, I am. But
You're very good. I don't envy Maeve for going up against you.
I mean, she's an evocation wizard. She has quite a bit of firepower.
And you do that thing where you like sparkle. And then so cool.
I mean, I suppose. But I mean, you are also quite capable. I imagine if we squared off, it'd probably be a fairly close match.
I'd certainly like to think so, but considering how thoroughly Maeve just thrashed me,
Well, I guess I better get to it then.
knock 'em dead, will you?
Coming from you, that's quite rich.
I thought it was funny. And the necromancer walks away. For those not cued into the joke there. And next, coming down the tunnel is Maeve. And she comes in and she goes, well, don't I feel special?
I mean, I don't know that feeling special is appropriate. I think you should feel capable and skilled.
Come now. You're not gonna throw down my compliment, are you? You're good.
But you were quite...
Did I say I wasn't?
I suppose that they are not mutually exclusive.
There. See, I knew you were smart. She kind of comes over and she puts her hand on your shoulder. You know, I've always wanted to go up against you in a trial of sorts.
Ooh.
Yeah, like full, no restrictions. Come full at me. Challenge.
And why, pray tell, would you want that?
I find you quite entertaining, for lack of a better term.
Okay, I suppose I find,
You okay there, Quinn?
I'm fine, I'm fine. This is fine.
She kind of turns to go get herself a glass of water after her match cooling down a little bit. She goes, you always were the cute one. And she takes a sip. Now, you will promise not to go easy on me, right?
No? Yes? Well, it's very hot in here. I'm
sorry, it's It's the fire genasi. I'm so sorry.
Yes, you are hot. I mean,
Why, thank you. I thought so as well.
yes, Is it about time for a match?
Oh,
Okay.
you are the one who's good at time, so you would know better than I do.
Yes, time. Time is a thing. Time is indeed a thing that I know. Hello. I'm sweating in weird places. Let's go ahead and yes, I believe I hear that the
Think they're ready for us?
I think yes. Yes, they are ready for us. Thank you.
Right. And she'll walk out with you. And as you two exit the tunnel, if you want to go to roll 20.
Shit.
I don't know if we'll really need it. It's only the two of you. But, you know, it's fun to do.
Give me 2 seconds to line it up for stream.
Okay. I don't think I have a good. No.
River and Anessa are just like, wow, everyone's really tense in their dreams.
There's a lot of thrashing going on in their sleep. I don't know what's really weird.
Fine, everything's fine.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is cool when you're part of the team.
Why is my thing not showing up? This is just
Hidden layers. I don't know.
no. It's there. It's just not wanting to. Hang on. Let's try that one. There we go.
Hey. Hey, cute little map.
All right.
Excuse me.
For the purposes of this, current spells or
Yeah,
Okay.
go for current spells because I
Okay.
set.
and can I basically have because I don't have many spell slots available right
Oh
now.
yeah, no, this is like start of the tournament. Like
Okay.
you're full rested.
Got it.
You got everything.
This is not gonna be fair fight unless you leveled her. Anyway.
Oh, I also leveled her up.
Okay,
Don't
cool.
you worry.
Cool.
As you both step out, the crowd goes wild. You hear some cheers for Maeve. You hear some cheers for yourself. And above it all, you hear the Archmage as her voice rings out. And now, the competition we've all been waiting for. Our top 2 students here at Morinshire will dazzle you with their prowess in their respective fields. Over here we have the Fire Genasi, Maeve, an Evocation Wizard, and the audience goes nuts. You've got that wonderful stadium echo going on, so like it bounces off. Excuse me. And then she goes, and over here you have Miss Quinn Rathmore, leader of all things divination, and our newest addition to the chronergy magic. And the audience goes nuts. And you guys are able to separate yourselves and put you where you need to be. And go ahead, roll initiative.
Quinn!
Go, Quinn.
24.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, and all right, Quinn, you are up first.
All right. First thing I will do is cast Mage Armor.
Okay. All right. You cast Mage Armor. Anything else?
All
right.
Let's see. Guess I will maybe move. And then that's it.
Okay. All right. She is going to go ahead and cast a spell. And target within range. Now, do I make the roll or do you make range spell attack? All right. Does a 17 hit?
And what am I with my Mage Armor? I believe. Counter spell.
Okay. You okay, so if it's cast counterspell is a 3rd level.
Mm-hmm.
If the
It
spell you're countering is 3rd or lower, then it automatically works.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you get to fire this back as a green arrow of dripping liquid is fired at you. You throw up your counter spell and it fires back at Maeve. And it does hit because her AC is, she's a wizard. So, go ahead, roll that damage.
Well, it's spell just negates.
Oh,
spell.
it just negates it? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm.
It's been a hot minute since I played D&D, guys. It's been a hot minute. Okay, it goes down, and you just hear Maeve laugh, be like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. And she prepares for your next spell, and it is now your turn again. She'll kind of move over here a little bit. Try and get away.
Okay. I will. Cast. I'll cast Scorching Ray
Okay.
at 2nd level. So
Okay.
the 3 attacks.
You will go ahead and throw up a shield for one of those.
Well, it'll be for all of them, but
Okay.
shield. But one of them, let's see, is so that's a math. That is a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
That is a 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh, and then I'm assuming the other one won't because that's an 11.
That one does not hit.
Okay.
But she will shield on the first one.
So that's 6 points of fire damage and then 8 points of fire damage.
Okay. I can math. Okay, we're good. I figured I got it. We're good. All right. She is going to, after taking that hit, she's going to put her hand on her shoulder and disappear.
Okay.
Oof.
Okay. I- Okay.
Also, the audience is going nuts.
I will I will hold a sapping sting until she reappears.
Okay. All right.
Which is a cantrip.
Yeah. She kind of laughs and goes boo as she appears right next to you again, and she casts Burning Hands. So that's a dexterity save.
Okay.
That's at second level. That is her last second level slot.
Oops. That is a 17 on the save.
Oh. All right, you still take half damage.
Okay. She also needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Yeah, that's two. All right, so that is 8 points of damage, halved to 4. I think I did that right.
And then, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then Constitution save. That is a 17.
That saves.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think she takes any damage for that.
All right. Back to you.
All right. Is she in melee? Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Okay.
She's like she's probably in melee range because this is set to 2 feet.
Okay.
Oh, she's just outside of it melee. No, she's in melee. It's fine. It's fun.
Okay. In that case, I will chance a opportunity attack and go ahead
Okay.
and back up.
All right. She will take it because she's excited about the combat. However, it'll just be an unarmed. Well, it'll be with her quarterstaff, which is a 14 to hit.
That'll miss.
That'll miss. All right, so she swings at you with her quarterstaff and misses.
And I will I'm gonna witch bolt at second level.
Okay.
That is a 24 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
All right. Whew. 16 points of lightning damage.
Woo! She's feeling a little rough, but she's still up. And she's gonna go ahead. Excuse me. And she's gonna call over to you. I hope you're ready for this one. And in the palm of her hands, she starts forming a ball of fire that she throws out at you, aimed at the wall behind you. She casts Fireball. So I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
Counterspell.
Okay. And it dissipates. And she lets out a laugh, or a raucous laughter. And she's like, I thought you were out of those! And, she's having the time of her life. She's like, this is the best day ever. And Quinn, it's your turn again.
All right, I will. My D&D Beyond's not working right now. Question for the casters.
Perfect. She can cast another one.
I can cast counterspell and not lose my concentration, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Then I will just pump Witch Bolt for another set of damage.
Okay.
17 points of lightning damage.
How do you want to do this?
I think that like as she is forming the ball of fire, Quinn just like snaps and it dissipates, and then with the same hand that she snapped, she just like kind of grabs at the air and then pulls back down, and then just the lightning goes up.
All right. And as soon as Maeve hits the ground, there's healers over her, making sure that she's good as they heal her back up. And you can hear the audience. Some are booing because they really wanted Maeve to win, but everyone is just like, wow, yeah, go Quinn! And over the loudspeaker, again, you hear the Archsage again. And our winner, Quinn Rathmore! And everyone goes wild. And after a little bit, Maeve comes over to you. And she goes and she pulls you into a quick hug. And then leans back with both her hands on your shoulders. And she goes, that was awesome. I didn't know you had that in. That was so good.
I mean, in hindsight, I probably shouldn't counterspelled it the first time. I probably should have just thrown up shield, because then you wouldn't have been able to hit me regardless, because I had already cast Mage Armor, and then yeah, so I definitely wasted a higher spell than I needed to,
Quinn,
and it was fun.
She puts her hands on your face. Quinn, you won. Whatever you did before doesn't matter. You won. Congratulations. You're definitely top wizard here.
I'm not sure if that's going to be enough.
Enough for what?
Oh, never mind. I suppose there's celebrations to be had. Yes?
What's wrong?
I don't know that Mom and Dad will be pleased.
And what? You just proved that you are the best wizard here at Morinshire. What wouldn't they be proud of?
What me winning actually means.
What does it mean? I just thought you got the title of best wizard here at Morinshire. Do you know something? Wait, do you know something about this that I don't? Oh, you have to tell me. And she will grab your hand and pull you off the field. And as you cross under the tunnel, you are back in Kronos's library. Dangerous. Can't let the past know that you're changing it. Makes things weird.
How so?
Well, if they know that you're changing the past, then they start to question things, and then it creates paradoxes, and then paradoxes create bubbles of dark magic that kind of pop up places, and it's not good for me, because then I have to go and fix it, seeing as I am there in the... So, did it turn out how you wanted it to?
And she'll slowly smile, and that was better than fighting Jax.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Now, remember, we're doing this to help strengthen your magic. We're going to make you the best Chronogy mage Goshul has ever seen. That's a promise.
I was wondering
So
what
long
kind of,
as you're
like,
willing to put in the work.
hedge you were going to put on that statement, because I assume that you are the best Chronogy wizard.
Oh, but I'm not in Goshul. I don't deal with them.
Yes, that's why I was like, what is the hedge here?
Oh, yes. You will be the best there, I will be the best of all time, that's how it goes. But that's neither here nor there. You did good out there.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see what it is with your magic you can accomplish. In fact, I might have a project for you.
Oh?
But that's not for now. We need to see how your powers grow first.
When are we going to do this again?
Well, it's never good to do it twice in a night. For you end up using more magic than when you're awake. Especially going back in time. And the farther you go back in time, the more magic you use, and it's a lot of gray area that we don't really want to cross. But do you have another time you want to go back to? We can start preparing for that.
There's one that comes to mind, yes.
All right. Sleep on it, and we will address that the next time. Probably, say, next week. Give your body some time to recover. You don't feel it now, but you will.
Very well.
Well, thank you for the wonderful show, Quinn Rathmore. I look forward to our next adventure together. And then he vanishes around you, and you are back at the camp.
When will, I assume, woke up at that? And we'll just kind of like pull out her notebook and like try to quietly write down, or like not her spell book, but like her journal and notebook. Like she has her academic notebook and then her journal and as well.
All right.
Dear diary, that was awesome.
It's about this time that Kira also wakes up. So, Anissa and River, how are you guys holding up? You're just sitting there doing your watch, and you can hear some movement coming from your party as they're sleeping a little more than normal.
Did we really team up with this many light sleepers?
You're muted.
I mean, it could just be like sort of leftover adrenaline. I feel like sometimes it's a little hard to sleep after a weird fight.
That's true. That was really creepy in there.
That was a weird fight, yeah.
Yeah. Should we wake him?
I mean, are they awake? I would kind of like look at the moon and like assess how long it's been.
It's nearing the end of your watch.
Let's call it good. Just wake him up.
Yeah, might as well. I could use some weird sleep.
As you look over, you notice that they're all pretty much awake in some sense of the word. Quinn is very like trying to be sneaky about it, I'm assuming, but she's like frantically writing away in her journal.
Well, Firelight would probably be better for that, Quinn, and I would just kind of lay on my own bedroll and like instantly be asleep.
River will offer a hand to Kira and offer her a pretend help up because she's not going to be able to actually pull anything. It's like when the little kid helps you.
She'll accept the help, yeah.
Trade off. Good luck.
Yeah.
You sleep okay?
Weird dream, that's all.
No. Not anything.
It happens.
You usually have weird dreams, or?
I mean, sometimes. But, I don't know. I think it was just a dream. I hope it was just a dream.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, it's okay. You get some sleep.
Okay. Good night. Yeah, she goes to bed.
Night.
All right, so Kira and Quinn, go ahead and roll me perception checks. Right, you two are the ones taking watch for a second watch.
I know Kira was.
I think I was
Quinn
on.
staying up?
Oh, you're Liliana. Yeah. So
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I'm also
Alright, so-
writing, so.
yeah. No, you keep on writing. You keep on writing. Kira's the one who's paying attention.
Okay, maybe she actually is. All right, 16.
16? Okay. You can, though she's trying to, or no, you moved over to the fire now for, yes, that is plan. You go and, you can hear the scratching of Quinn's quill on her journal. But other than that, it's that same quiet eeriness of there's nothing living aside from you guys here. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take our break.
Nah, give us the dreams.
You'll get your dreams. Don't you worry.
No, I need a break. I drink too much liquid.
So we are going to take a short break here. We'll be back in just a few minutes. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. Got lots more coming up. We got 2 more dreams to get through. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see you guys then.
Once you thought you were in the shadows, haunted by the whispers of your inner ghost. Filled with sorrow you felt lost. Now you got a key to be free.
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
We are back.
Ta-da.
Back to do the things with the
Back
stuff. And the dreams. What dreams? There's no dreams. Who's having dreams? Anybody having dreams? No.
No.
No dreams. It's fine.
It's a peaceful, restful evening asleep.
Yeah, totally fine. Totally
Super
good.
Super chill.
All right. So, Kira, you have just taken watch. Are you doing anything aside from just keeping watch?
I think like no, just worrying.
Worrying? Okay.
Yeah, just stressing.
Valid. All right. Well then. A river.
Ah! Yes.
As you drift off to sleep,
hmm
you find yourself in darkness. Straight darkness. And there's a heavy weight on your chest. It's not overwhelming. It's just, really uncomfortable. What are you doing?
And I kind of push it off.
You actually realize you can't move.
Can't move. Oh, creepy. Okay. Panic. And then Misty Step?
You find you don't have your magic.
Oh no!
The darkness around you is total, but that's only because there's something over your eyes. And there's something in your ears. You cannot hear anything. And there's something about this. This seems familiar?
No.
Panic a little bit more.
Suddenly you feel hands on you. And they're carrying you, dragging you, as it were, from where you were. And you can feel the stone beneath your feet, or beneath your legs as you are dragged over it. It sort of feels like cobblestone, but a little smoother than cobblestone. Like it hasn't really weathered much rain in its existence, but it's not completely like solid like a regular rock floor. It's definitely made. And then you are tossed very unceremoniously to the floor. And you can hear now whatever had been blocking your ears was removed. And you can hear voices speaking in a language. Actually, what languages do you know?
That's a great question. Common, Dwarvish, Infernal.
Okay. You don't understand this language. It's very raspy and harsh in its tongue. But you hear the closest voices to you are a male and a female voice. And they seem to be saying something, and you feel one of them kneel down beside you and removes your cover over your eyes. And you're in a stone chamber, surrounded by 15, 16 hooded figures.
Oh boy.
They're wearing black and red robes with some gold embellishments sewn into them. The one who seems to be at the head is holding a book, and there are two people standing in front of you, and they're talking in this language. Roll me a perception check.
Does the language sound familiar? Like anything I've heard at all, or anything I picked up from anywhere? Natural 20.
You recognize these two voices. In fact, you've lived with them for quite some time.
Oh no.
And they step aside, and the figure that seems to be leading this whatever holds out this old textbook, not textbook, it's old book, and he moves his hands away as he starts chanting, and the book begins to float there in front of you. What are you doing?
Does it feel like I have any magic back at all?
Nope.
Do I look like myself?
You can't see your reflection, but you look as you have before.
Like how I usually look, or like a form I've taken before?
How you usually look.
Okay.
Your true self, if you will.
And the voices that, like, did people look familiar, or just the voices? Like, the voices didn't match the person?
Just the voices of the two. So it was like you were on the ground. There were two figures in front of you. There's a figure facing them, and then you're surrounded by other people. The two standing directly in front of you sounded familiar.
Okay, but I can't see what they look like.
You can't see what they look like because they are wearing those robes.
Do they sound older?
Yes.
Shit. Oh, she's gonna try shoving, mentally shoving anyone in front of her. If that doesn't work, then she's gonna try kicking someone.
Okay, so you begin to struggle, and you hear in common the man who is beginning this ceremony restrain her. And there are suddenly hands holding you down. And you are laying on your chest. And as the man continues this ritual of sorts, there's a pinprick of pain on your back.
She's gonna struggle harder. She's gonna try to get up, try and push off.
Go ahead and roll a strength check for me.
Oh. Okay, that is an 18. I'd roll 19 on the die.
Okay. You're in such a state of panic that your adrenaline goes haywire, and you are able to throw these people off of you. And you are standing there. You have no magic, but you are no longer restrained to the floor as the pain on your back continues to increase. Almost as if someone's carving into your back.
Ignoring that, is there exits? Anywhere to get out?
Roll me perception. Actually, no, you rolled a nat 20 for perception before, right?
Yeah.
Let's just stick with that.
Thank you. That wasn't good.
Yes, there are two exits. One is directly behind the man who is conducting this ritual, and one is to your left.
Okay.
You kind of have to bowl through a couple people to get to either of them, but there are two exits.
Is the path behind the dude casting spell, is the book in between her and the door?
The book is between you and the guy casting the spell, and then there's behind him.
Okay, she's gonna book towards that door and then grab the book, and if she can't grab it, she's gonna knock it to the ground. She's gonna try breaking whatever is going on.
Okay. You are able to roll me a dex check. See if you can knock it out as you're running.
Oh, okay. 10.
Okay. You can't quite knock it out totally to the ground, but you do knock it away so that the man has to like actually reorient himself before he can continue. And for that split moment, that pain dissipates, and you are able to get past him. And as you run into the tunnel, you can hear clothed, slippered feet running after you. You come down, and you come to a cross section where you can either go right or left.
Left.
Okay, you run to the left. You can hear that harsh voice echoing, harsh language echoing behind you. A few common saying, "After her, we need to get her." And you continue on. You find a set of stairs that goes up, one to the right and one to the left. Which one do you follow?
Right.
All right, you go up to the right. And as you're running down the hallway, the footsteps are getting closer behind you, and that pain comes back into your back. And you come to a dead-end chamber, and there's another figure laying on the ground.
Do they look familiar?
Yes.
Who is it?
You know her as Val.
Oh. Is she breathing? Is she alive? She's gonna immediately go right to her and like...
Roll me a medicine check.
21.
Okay. She does seem to be breathing, however, she is unconscious, and it does look like she's got a little bit of blood, like was like knocked over her head. But she does appear to be alive.
Is there anywhere to hide here? Anywhere that's like a nook or a cranny?
In this particular room, no.
And the steps and everything are getting closer behind her?
You can hear them cresting the stairs now.
She will go back that way, get close enough they can see her, and then lead them away from Val.
Okay. One of them is going to attempt to grab you. So
she's gonna just out of reaction try and mentally shove them, even if it's not gonna... Her magic's still not working.
It does not work. Almost
Never
as if
happened, I swear.
it almost feels like there's something blocking you from using your magic here. Mm-hmm. And that pain continues on your back. It's now towards the lower part of your back where it started at the top. It's now at the lower part, and it is continuing up to the other side.
Okay.
And what was your roll?
What am I rolling?
Roll dex to acrobatics or athletics to either dodge or pull away.
Oh, not great. That's a 7 acrobatics.
Okay. The figure does manage to get you, and he pulls you into, you assume it's a he. He's got bigger muscles, even though he's hooded in this black and red cloak. And he holds you, and in that harsh language, he shouts something. And they start to pull you back down the stairs, back to that chamber.
He's going to, like, stomp on the foot, hit the groin, like, hit the jaw.
Okay. Roll the hit for funsies.
Could this be an unarmed strike?
Yes, it would be an unarmed strike.
If you have a negative strength, do you detract?
I mean, I think...
Oh, no, I get +2! That's 11!
Okay. Well, he's just wearing regular, so meets it, beats it. So you do manage to hit him. So what's your unarmed strike damage?
0.
Alright, so it's more of a startle effect. But he does let go of you. But that... It's become a burning now, as you can feel the blood coming down your back from the wound that this spell is creating on you. And as it nears the end of it, your head is filled with just the one man's voice, that chanting intonal voice. And as it completes at the top, you feel yourself get weak and limp. And you fall to the ground, and in the back of your mind, in a language you don't understand, and yet you understand it, you hear, "You're mine."
Oh.
And everything goes black. And you wake up back in camp.
I imagine she does like the stock still, but like eyes open, and then doing everything in your power not to make any noise or any movements.
Kira, what's your passive? It's 11, right? You said?
Yeah. That's a big ol' 11.
Okay, roll me a stealth. See if you can keep that quiet.
It bounced, but it's good at 17.
Okay. Kira, you're still a little distracted by
Oh yeah,
everything that happened in your own dream.
big time.
So, River, what would you do? Would you sit there, think about it, go back to sleep?
I don't think she's going back to sleep soon.
Okay. All right, then we will go ahead and Anissa. Just quick question, Anissa. When you go to sleep, how do you sleep? Like where do you put your belongings in the thing?
Everything would be like close to me.
Okay.
Like I'd probably, it'd be the thing where your bag is your pillow and you're sort of wrapped up and we're out in the wilderness, so I would just get as comfortable as I could in my armor, I guess.
Wonderful. We love that. Anissa, as you drift off to sleep, you find yourself really comfortable. This is probably the most comfortable you've been in the last few days, considering a night ago you were attacked by a doll, and then early today you fought a hag. So, this is actually pretty comfortable for you. And you wake up floating in a black void, surrounded by billions of twinkling stars. Gleaming, twinkling, all around you.
I feel like I would do the wake up where it's when you're almost asleep and you think you fell.
Okay.
That's sort of wake up, and then just try and orient myself, but it's just slowly rolling around in space.
Okay.
Then just give up. Just be well, this is fucked.
Stars just twinkle all around you. A couple of them sort of almost kind of tug at you. But it's a familiar tug. But as soon as it you kind of latch onto it, they flitter away.
I can't swim after any of them.
You could try.
I'll try and space swim after something.
As you start to go towards them, the stars suddenly get farther away, and you realize that you are falling. And the ground is getting closer and closer as you're falling. Sorry.
I mean, I am falling. I don't think she'd scream, because I feel like she's just this is a thing that is just happening.
Okay. As you fall, you can see the ground. It's getting closer and closer. In fact, you can see your camp. You see your friends laid out all around your camp, and you are falling to your body. And as you're about to hit, suddenly you're standing in this camp, surrounded by your friends. Who are they really here? Because they seem to flicker. Like occasionally they're here and then they're not.
Whoever was closest, I would just try and like make contact with, like touch.
Well, say it's Liliana. You go to touch her, and right before your hand touches her, she flickers out of existence.
Are the other ones still flickering in and out of existence?
Yes. Like they'll be there for like 2 seconds and then they're gone. But then they come back. Almost what's your passive perception?
11.
11. Okay. So the world around you seems dull. Whereas like how I described Liliana's, there was like just soft pastel lacking the vibrancy. This is like dull. There is no vibrancy. You have all the base colors without that spark of life here. But it is almost identical to the world that you just left. Like to the world that you were sleeping in.
Alright, I'm not going to touch anyone else, but I'm going to like look around, like do a 360, see if I see anything moving.
Okay, go ahead, give me a actual perception roll.
3.
3?
Nope. 5. Sorry, I was subtracting.
Okay. There doesn't seem to be anything like weird like that. You do turn and the house is standing and then it's crumbled and then it's rubble and then it's standing and then it's rubble. And it's starting to stay rubble more than it is standing, almost as if where you are is trying to mirror the world outside, but can't quite figure out what is it's supposed to mirror.
Well, and this is just a little out of our depth here. And I feel like would do the sleep thing where you try and like slap yourself really hard to wake up.
Okay. You slap yourself, and the world shifts to night. Where it was like a gray of dusk, it is now nighttime. And you look around at your friends, and you see Liliana standing. And she looks at you, and she grins, except there's something weird about her face. You look at her, and half of her face is the face that you know and recognize. But the other half is frozen. Almost as if it's a mask. And she bows to you. And as she completes her bow, she disappears and is back on the ground sleeping.
Sort of like blink and shake my head. Everyone else is still where they were.
Who are you looking at?
I would go through everyone. Like, we're not that far apart. I would look.
Okay.
Whoever was next closest to Liliana.
Okay. Probably Quinn. Quinn seems to be not necessarily sleeping, but she's in one spot. And then you blink and she's standing, but she's standing with her back to you. And she reaches her hand up towards a pinprick of light that seems to almost radiate with like the sun almost, but smaller, with a reddish power, and her hand wraps around it and she vanishes. Both in where she was sleeping and where she was standing. She disappears.
Do like the arm out, few steps forward, like, I would then focus on the next person since this seems to be a trend.
All right, you look at Kira, and she's fully clothed in armor, and she's standing up against a massive figure. It doesn't really have like a true form. It's just kind of a amalgamation of things. Like it's got arms coming out of its head and its side with like tentacles as well, and it seems like this massive creature, far too powerful for a single person to go up against. But Kira is standing, sword and shield in hand, her armor glowing slightly, even as this blob monster pushes her down into the ground, and then she's back sleeping, or back laying, or back by the fire where she had been taking her watch.
Next person.
You go and you see River, and she is still sleeping, but she's wrapped up in chains. She seems to be screaming wordlessly. These chains seem to be glowing with a dark, almost red, purple magic. And she rolls so her back is towards you, and her back is a bloody mess. Like, just blood oozing out of a wound that doesn't actually seem to be there. Like, you take a look and you can't actually see what it is that she's bleeding from. There's just blood everywhere. And then they're gone. They're all gone. Flickered away.
Just does like another 360. Do I see anything at all?
No.
Feel like I would sigh deeply. Is the fire going in this world?
It is not. You see the sticks at where it was, like where it is, but there doesn't seem to be any flames.
Yeah, no, she would be like, something is going on here, and it's not real, and would just, wherever she had been laying, just lay back down and just close her eyes, like, very, very determinedly.
As you lay back down, you hear a laugh.
Sit back up.
You're back in the darkness. Except just beneath you is still stone. And it almost seems as if something is coming from the shadows and is slowly ripping away the ground beneath you.
I don't have, like, weapons or anything, do I? No?
Yeah, you have all your stuff.
Oh, then I take out both weapons, but also I'm just trying to, like, stomp on whatever is doing this.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an unarmed strike since you're trying to stomp on it.
Could give it a little kick.
Give it a good old stompy stomp.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good. I mean, it's gonna be 12.
It is just a shadow creature. So you do manage to land on it. And as you stomp on it, the shadow almost dissipates. Like what's that stuff? What's that? Liquid ice?
Okay.
Yeah. Like, you know how that kind of like dissipates? You step on it and it does that. You hear a growl, and the entire rock beneath you is swiped away, and you are falling into the gaping maw of a beast. It has an elongated face, and its eyes are glowing red. And it says, "Nice try." And it snaps around you, and you are back in your body. You're back asleep, or awake now.
Is it, like, what time of night is it?
At this time, it's probably nearing the end of Kira's watch.
So I would definitely have, like, sat upright. And, like, look around. See that everyone is back.
You okay?
It's like, yeah, it's just the fight and stuff. Just weird sleep.
Okay.
From River's bedroll. Did you have a weird ass fucking dream too?
Yes.
Wait, did you too, River?
Yep. She is going to like
3 out of 5, at
Are we
least.
all awake and just gonna talk about our dreams? Is that what's happening?
Well, I think we should.
River is trying to do just very subtly a minor illusion of like a tiny duck right next to her just to see if her magic is working.
You create a tiny duck. What does your duck look like?
It's a little mallard with a top hat.
Perfect. It's got a little mouth. Does he have a little like walking stick as well?
No, he does. Yeah.
And it's tucked under his wing, and he
Yeah.
looks very dapper and regal, and he kind of like moves his little monocle.
She just kind of just swipes her hand through it and disappears in cloud of smoke.
Yeah, quackers forever and always. But yeah, you managed to create it.
So, weird dreams, weird dreams, weird dreams.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Peeks
we're
over.
just- Nothing. I feel like we should. Do you think it's the house causing the dreams?
I don't know.
No, I don't
If
think the
not-
house has caused my dream. Not really sure it was a dream.
I'm not
Then-
sure mine was from the house either. She's
What do
definitely
you
she's like
think?
fiddling with her holy symbol around her neck as she says that, but
What do you think caused it then?
I don't know. It's I really hope it was just a dream, because if it wasn't, then it may have been, I don't know, some kind of message or a sign, or I don't know. It's weird.
We're gonna sit here and say our dreams, or are we gonna finish sleeping?
You go back to sleep. I'll wake the last two for their watch in a little bit. We can talk about it in the morning if we want.
Sort of. nod at Kira and then like narrow my eyes at River, like go to sleep, and then go to sleep myself.
Message received. River will lay back down. Get chastised, child.
All right. Kira, your watch comes to a close, and you go to wake up the last two.
Mhm.
Liliana and Quinn.
Are you sure it's my watch already?
Yeah.
Liliana sits up.
Kira will offer her a hand
Alright.
to help her get up if she wants it.
Yes, thank you. Right.
Out of curiosity, did you have a weird dream at all?
I did, but it's not uncommon for me.
Well, that might not. That might be true, but everyone here having a weird dream out the same night, it might be a little less normal.
Yes, that does indeed sound less normal. And Liliana suddenly looks far more awake and says, I'll just do a light perimeter before I sit down for watch.
Quinn's already awake, so night.
Night. And Liliana's just gonna do just like a 30-foot circle around the camp.
Okay. Go ahead. You can either roll me straight. One could roll at advantage, or you could both roll a perception check this evening.
Let's do them separate.
I think I'd like to give myself disadvantage on this because I feel like Quinn is actually, now that it's like, oh, we all had weird dreams, is like writing
I was
about
gonna
that.
say, like, both you guys are not paying the fuck attention to this at all.
But hey, I rolled 2 16s, so
Nice.
17.
That's better than my 15.
Okay. Dawn is a few hours off. You do hear the sound of birds, though. Which, like, considering how quiet it's been for the night, is almost alarming, like, loud in the sound that it creates. You can hear the sound of cartwheels.
Hear that?
I do. Are we like far off of a main road? Like, would someone have to be coming here to be going this direction, or could it
Yes.
just be a passerby? Okay, joy. Liliana will just walk toward the noise of the cart, not like completely leave the camp.
We mean wheels on a cart, not like someone doing cartwheels, because
Yes.
the latter is what I thought.
No, you hear the sound of wheels on a cart, like rumbling along the stone path.
Round and round.
Bring out your dead. I
I'm not dead yet. I don't want to go in the cart.
see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, but Liliana will just like step so that she's interposed between her sleeping comrades and the cart that's coming.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So, it takes a little bit, 5-10 minutes, but a small horse-drawn wagon does come into view. And sitting at its head is an old man. And he looks up shocked to see you. Oh, I did not know anyone traveled this way anymore. And what happened to the manor house?
I'm not rightly sure. We just decided to bed down here for the evening.
Oh. That is not the wisest place. That place is haunted.
Oh, well. We've been here for most of the night, so nothing too bad has happened. Stroke of luck, I suppose.
Well, yeah, if the house has collapsed, then probably whatever was in it is gone. Well, that is a relief. Do you happen to know, I'm just a simple gardener. I came to tend
Inside
to
check.
the... Go ahead, roll an insight check. I came to tend the garden out back here. It produces some of the most beautiful flowers. Would you be opposed if I were to go and take care of them, or would you prefer me to continue on my way? I don't want to disturb your rest now.
With all due respect, I would imagine the mansion collapsing probably destroyed whatever was in the backyard.
Oh, it's a mite ways away. It's...
I see.
Just go back around there and then back out a little bit. I wouldn't mind seeing if I could save any of those flowers.
Can I make an insight check?
Sure, go for it.
Natural 20.
He's not totally lying, but there is something off about what he's saying.
I would be more comfortable with you perhaps waiting a bit down by the clearing until my compatriots and I can move along.
Oh, of course. Then don't mind me. I will be on my way. And he goes to turn his wagon. It has to make kind of a big loop because it's an old wagon. But he does start to wander away.
Can I see what's on this wagon as he turns it around?
Yeah, it's one of like the Oregon Trail wagons, so it's covered. And the curtain is closed. Let me see if it flares up a little bit. Oh, it does, because that was a 2. Inside there's crates. And from what you can tell, there does seem to be plant life. You can't quite make out exactly what, but there does seem to be like leafy things in there.
Quinn,
Mm-hmm.
what did you dream about?
I dreamed well, I visited the... I can't remember, did I tell them about any of the, like, okay. I think I traveled in between planes of existence. Encountered a wizard, I suppose.
Interesting.
How about you?
And Liliana will dig in her pack and grab the mask and say, I dreamed about this. Apparently it's someone's face.
doesn't appear to be flesh. That's
It certainly does not.
Do you think it's some kind of esoteric metaphor?
Shall we find out?
What did you have in mind?
And Liliana will put the mask on.
You put the mask on, and you are not there. You are back in that clearing. My dear, I did not expect to see you so soon. Welcome back.
I have a body this time.
Yes, you do. As you are reaching me. Consciously,
Fascinating.
not unconsciously.
If I reach up and touch my face, is the mask there?
Yes.
Hmm.
And Berlin is still got that, like, they've got a face, but like they don't have a face. They don't have features, pronounced features. It's just kind of like foggy and misty and shifting.
Interesting. Interesting indeed.
Does time change differently in your world? Does it like fluctuate?
No, it's been an extraordinarily short period of time. I just didn't.
I was going to say, I just finished shaking hands with you and sending you off, and now you're back.
I have a penchant to be curious.
I love
wanted to see how this went.
curiosity.
I'm gathering as much. But I did leave someone behind, so if you'll excuse me.
Of course. It was lovely seeing you again.
And I'll remove the mask.
And you are back with Quinn, like you never left. Quinn, you just see Liliana put on the mask, kind of sit still for a second, and then take it back off.
Did I go anywhere?
No, you just sat there quietly wearing a mask.
Really?
Did you go somewhere?
I certainly did,
Interesting.
to say the least.
So what do you know of your friend whose face you're walking around with?
Well, they call themselves Barland. And Liliana will come over and sit right next to Quinn and say, and his face is weirdly not devoid of features, but it's almost like they don't leave an impression.
Interesting.
Yes. And you see right here, and Liliana will sort of lean over, very much in Quinn's bubble, and start pointing at spots on the mask and go, "You're fairly knowledgeable. Where do you think this mask was crafted? I mean, what I hold in my hands is clearly a resin-crafted mask, despite it being called the face. Does the craftsmanship look like anything you recognize?"
DM?
Go ahead, roll me a history check.
$18.
You've seen things cast of like this type of material before, but this design, nope. Absolutely nothing.
I've definitely seen masks of this sort, but nothing quite like this.
Fascinating.
So I wonder, you were visited by some kind of being not necessarily on this plane of existence. I too was visited by that. Do we think it's a pattern? And Quinn will wait for a second, and then we'll be like, my friend, I guess I don't know that I would call him that, but said his name is Kronos, and he is allegedly the most powerful chronology wizard, and he has promised to teach me.
Wow. That's a good friend to make. Hopefully won't turn to an enemy.
That thought had crossed my mind. Hopefully.
As far as training goes, did you cross planes just to go to a classroom?
Well, there were a lot of books, but it felt more like a library than a classroom. I did have to stand on dais.
Interesting.
I did go back
What
in time.
is...
That was the thing. I think
Well-
that happened. Unless it was a dream. I don't know.
Forget the question I was about to ask. Let's focus on the time travel. Is this something you could still do now?
He told me to not. That I will be tired. Oh. But I could try.
Liliana will visibly stop herself from talking and say, you shouldn't do anything that could be detrimental to yourself. If the ancient greatest chronologist in the world says you should wait, you should probably wait.
Why does this feel like it rings with a bit of hypocrisy?
Because I am a person who is trying to help people be better than I am, and I cannot in good faith recommend that you risk your safety in the way that I frequently do, because it's not a smart choice and will likely get me killed one day.
Fair. Hopefully that won't happen, though. I mean,
Fingers
technically,
crossed.
it kind of already did.
The world is full of many wonders, some known and some unknown. And the unknown are the most dangerous and yet the most intriguing. I believe we have curiosity in common.
Indeed.
It can be a nagging little bug, but occasionally you have to ignore it.
I feel like we also have pragmatism in common.
Indeed. If we have anything more in common, I'll start worrying for you. I'm not a person that one should relate to too closely.
I do suppose we also enjoy trying things in the name of for.
Yes, experimentation is the driving force of all
I
ingenuity.
suppose that's a word you could use.
Is there another that came to mind?
No, that was the word I was trying to avoid. Thank you.
I see. Hold on. I need to see. I need to read a spell. Give me 1 second. Okay. Well, it seems to be a quiet morning, at the very least.
Yes. I do kind of wonder what exactly was up with the old man in the cart.
I get the feeling that we'll be interacting with him again sooner or later.
Mm. That's
I would just...
vaguely ominous.
kind of my whole shtick, darling.
Yes, I have picked up on that.
And Liliana will produce the puzzle box and say, you know, River tried to get me to sell this when I first found it.
Oh?
Yes. No reason to keep something so clearly cursed, I believe, was her exact words.
She knew it was cursed.
I think she just had a hunch, as she does on occasion, which I've learned to trust, admittedly.
May I? Again?
Please. I've had no luck.
DM.
Yes.
Can I, I don't know, check the puzzle box again?
Sure. Go ahead, roll an investigation check.
Investigation?
Yeah.
What about Arcana?
If you're just checking for magic.
Oh, it's the same thing. Never
Oh,
mind.
okay.
21.
Okay. So there is something magical. Like, there is magic imbued to this box. Whether it's whatever's in the box or part of the box itself, you can't quite tell. The entire thing just sort of has, it's very faint magic to it. You kind of fiddle with it a little bit, but it's like you get one piece to move, but then the rest of it doesn't, so you put it back, and then you can get a different piece to move, and then it doesn't go any farther, so you put it back, kind of a thing, but you just can't quite figure out its movements in that way.
And I feel like I've done identify on this before and it didn't. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a puzzle box. Slightly magical puzzle box.
Mm.
What would you keep in it?
And this-
It's clearly hard to open. Something important must be in there.
Well, and just to clarify, there's a faint bit of magic coming from the box, or is it coming from inside the box?
Can't quite tell.
Okay.
It's like the box has magic somehow, whether it's the
Okay.
Really? You have a lot to say on that. We will discuss later. Now's not the time. It said now's the time. It's fine. Yeah, so there's some sort of magic, whether it's inside the box or the box itself. You can't quite tell. It's very faint, though. Very subtle, if you will. I lost my pen.
I personally, I tend to be quite good at puzzles, so this is rather frustrating. But, I suppose I would keep something. Me personally, I would keep something that was powerful enough that I didn't want other people to easily be able to get at it. If I were more of a jokester sort, I would put something magical and trivial inside it.
Interesting. Well, feel free to try and figure it out whenever you'd like, if we end up on watch again.
I do have one theory, or one idea, but don't know. Maybe in time. Maybe if I come across a particular spell.
Now who's vaguely ominous? Liliana will take the puzzle box.
Well, I mean, there's certain spells that help you open things, unlock things.
I'd be interested to see if it would work.
It is an empirical question.
And Liliana will tuck it away and pull out a palm-sized black notebook. And just write in it while the sun is rising.
All right, and the sun is rising now, so those who did not sleep, you can go ahead and mark yourselves with a point of exhaustion. Those who did sleep, you're fine. Okay. You're good. Have a good time. But the sun does begin to crest over the horizon, and you do hear the fluttering of wings as a bird flies overhead. So, you guys are awake. Or, I guess, Quinn and Liliana would wake you guys up. What you doing? What you doing this morning?
Kira, did you sleep at all?
A little? Definitely yawning and rubbing at her eyes, but
Liliana will make a pot of coffee.
oh, thank you.
Oh, you! And Liliana will smile at River and say,
I don't like that grin. Uh-oh.
And I will cast an invisible mage hand to lift the kettle over the fire.
Look at you!
She learns, doesn't she?
I am impressed.
Thank you, and she'll bow.
You must have been practicing in secret. I haven't seen you working on that one at all.
Dreams can be revealing.
Don't tell me you had a dream too. Did everyone have a weird dream? And she's just
Yep.
gonna
It sounds like it. Perhaps we should... I don't know if there's a way to investigate the connection, but at the very least we can get away from this house. See if that has Any
Yeah.
bearing on it?
Making camp next to the cursed family of a millennial probably wasn't the most brilliant of ideas.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna start.
Nissa, are you okay?
Just like waking up, looking around. Still here. Yeah, maybe River's right on the cursed house not being the best place to make camp. I feel like we should just move on. Maybe discuss our dreams somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, I think so too.
I will say, Anissa, when you woke up on your stomach with your hand on your bag. Important.
I'm like, here's the thing. My armor is light, but I'm now in like my stomach and like full
Or like
plate,
you're on
like-
your side, or whatever, but your hand, you're touching your bag.
I prefer the image that I somehow rolled myself all the way over onto my stomach in full plate. It's just
Okay. Okay. That works.
like a turtle with their legs straight out.
Amazing.
Yeah, like while I would note that, and after I like beetled myself up finally.
Clover
after
will
the movement.
subtly like help with the invisible like shove, like she's not helping, but she's helping.
What's touching? Thanks. And once I get up, I would like, while I was like regimentedly repacking my things, check and make sure like everything was there still.
The necklace wasn't at the bottom of your bag. It was at the top of your bag. Precariously under where your hand was. That's it.
Gonna put it back down at the bottom. Just kind of, chalk that up to coincidence. Got moved.
you
in my
rifled-
beetling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you rifled some stuff out of it, so it's very possible it could have been.
Yeah, that's totally all that happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just standing there like chewing on jerky, pretty much like, guys, let's go. It's creepy here.
All right. So we are starting on our journey again. Back towards Olathe, capital of Eurasia, which you guys are currently in.
Who's this old guy with a cart? 'Cause I feel like we're
Oh,
see
yeah.
him, right?
Oh, yeah. He's like, as you guys are walking down the path, he's waiting at the end of the path, like, and he's just like feeding some grass to his horse, who looks very old. He's got like that bowed back. Like, this horse has been through a lot. This man's been through a lot. He just kind of pats the horse and like waves. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope it wasn't too alarming sleeping by the house.
Could River subtly use Mage Hand while he's looking in this direction to open the cart and see what's in the cart?
Yeah, sure. You open the cart. It is full of plants, flowers, ferns, small trees of all sorts. But you've traveled a bit now. You've never seen some of these plants before.
Is anyone distracting him?
Oh, he's just patting his horse. Oh, what are you doing, Anissa?
I feel like I'd be like, I feel like you must get on fine, but are you all right out here, old timer?
Oh, yes, I am. I have been coming to this house for quite some time, since my youth, if you will. There's a beautiful flower garden back in the woods there, and I wanted to pluck some flowers to add to my collection, if I could, seeing as how the house is in disrepair now.
Visiting this place even when everything was going on with it?
Oh, yes, I never went inside. Absolutely not. That place gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Then why did you even come near it?
I told you there's beautiful flowers in the back. I don't know when they were planted, but they thrive quite quite well back there.
There's pretty flowers a lot of places, though. Why
Yeah.
are you coming to the creepy woods?
Oh, I just...
Mhm.
This is just what I've always done.
Insight check.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
same.
Roll insight
This,
check.
this old motherfucker is up to something.
I don't
Oh,
trust
I have
him.
advantage.
Well,
what do I have advantage for?
7.
Oh,
7? He seems to be telling the truth. I mean,
Cool.
he's an old man.
20.
Dirty 20?
Thank God.
20.
He's not being entirely truthful. But it's not on the fact that he's going to see the flowers. It's that this is part of his usual routine. That is kind of a little weird.
Quinn is near River. She will gesture towards the plants inside the MBE. Those don't look... I've never seen anything like those.
Distract him.
Did you say distract him?
I did.
Yes. Yes.
I'm still talking to
Yeah,
him.
he's
Yeah.
chatting. He's
Yeah.
chatting, actually.
I cast detect
last-
thoughts.
Detect
When was the
thoughts
last
on
time
him.
You came
Yep.
through here, old man. Like,
How long have you been traveling this way?
Does River recognize this spell as she is saying the semantics and everything? Is this one that...
I've casted it before.
yes.
Okay. River's gonna maneuver herself to where the other ones are standing.
Okay.
And
This just detects surface thoughts, correct?
Correct, but I can push it. if
You
I
can
want
push
to.
it. Okay. You get you get things about different plants and him thinking about which flowers he's going to plant next and pot, and that there's something about she better appreciate that I'm checking up on these kids. I've got all these flowers to deliver, and I have to deliver them before the end of the year. And there's just this one blossom in the back that's just really pretty that he just really, really wants. Those are his surface thoughts.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That will be a 10.
It
River is
fails.
going to ask, like, they're really pretty. Are they used for medicine? Are they like just...
They're used for everything. I've got some in there that are good for poisons, and some that are good for healing, some that are just really pretty to look at, others that are really good salves for like injuries and such. Are you interested in botany, dear?
I was mostly asking the question so it didn't help affect
Yeah.
the... Yeah. But
He doesn't know that, or
Yeah,
he
yeah.
doesn't appear to know that.
I just never did great at plants in school and could never tell the difference between a healing one and a poison one, which led to a lot of interesting encounters, really. So just very admirable job to
just
be able to keep them track.
seems like Plants 101 that they teach you the poisons for.
You think I just couldn't ever get past that level. It was really tricky.
So I just feel like the lesson here is don't accept like tea from you.
Probably not. No.
Noted. So the flower that you want from back there, just turn back to the old man. Is it like exceptionally rare? Only grows behind haunted manors in the woods, sort of?
I personally have never found this blossom anywhere else. It has been cultivating for the last few years now, and I think it's finally ready to be rehomed elsewhere.
How? So.
I'll get to you, Quinn.
Never mind.
All right, Quinn. What are you delving deeper into
Who
his
is
mind?
she and the kids?
You get the sense that you all are the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's she?
And she appears to be. Does it tell you like specifics?
So it's a if it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind, such as something that it worries over, loves, or hates.
Okay. He doesn't necessarily hate this, but this is definitely something that he wouldn't normally do. You can tell that the she is somebody he has a debt to, and you get the feeling that it's a familial debt.
And he is aware that I have done this.
Yeah. He doesn't say anything. He kind of gets a little smile on his lips. Now, am I clear to go and collect my flower?
So who is having you look in on us?
Oh, my grandmother.
Wait, hold on. What are you talking about?
Your
I mean,
grandmother.
Oh,
checking on
yes.
us.
Yes, I believe you know her.
Who-
Lady Raina, she goes by, I believe, these days.
Oh!
What?
Why not just lead with that? Why the lies? Why the...
Yeah!
I wanted to see what you would do. I'm very impressed. So did you manage to take down that old manor house? Was that you?
Yeah?
Quite impressive. It has been standing for nearly 3,000 years.
Not to be rude. How old are you?
Age is but a number, my friend.
No, I mean
really
like,
big
but right
one,
now
apparently.
specifically.
Oh, right now? What year is I believe. Well, my grandmother is about 7,000 years older than me. I am nearing my 2000th year.
Sorry?
Oh,
What?
2000, I'm 1993.
Happy early birthday. You look great for your age.
Thank you. It's all the moisturizer and the botany plants that I use.
Yeah, it's.
I did just say that. Just let it go.
Not to follow that up with more rudeness, but what are you?
A person.
No, doesn't
I think what she
add
means
up.
is that people don't usually live that long. So
Do
how
you
the fuck
not?
is this possible?
Clearly, you aren't doing it right if you're not living this long.
Do you want to let us in on the secret? If it's that plant, I'm sorry, old man, you're not getting it because I'm taking it.
No.
Do you really want to live thousands of
That
years?
wouldn't be quite as fun.
That
Yeah,
too. That's a
well-
good point, Quinn. Yeah.
I mean, maybe like a few extra. Can you die?
Yes, I could most certainly die. Please don't kill me.
Yeah, see, he could die.
I enjoy living.
I mean, there's
I
plenty
just-
of ways to extend your life.
But the plant would be right.
No, the
Here.
plant is not how that works. There is a plant, though, that I know of that can grant a wish, but it only falls but once a year, and I don't believe we are yet in the right season for it, so... But that is neither here nor there. I believe you are all Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
It's just you just said that so casually.
Yeah,
That's a really powerful thing.
Oh, it falls once a year.
What is it?
like
And when and where and
Where
Oh,
specifically?
where is the question? You never know where it is going to fall. There's always a big race for it. I don't know, but nobody ever seems to find it. It's usually protected of some sort. I don't know.
So
It
then
doesn't
how do
interest
we know
me
it-
at all.
But
it
if no
is
one's ever found it, how do we know it's real?
because my grandmother knows of
Oh.
it.
Both you and your grandmother already sort of sound like fairy tales, so this plant.
Why, thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Gregan. Gregan.
Like Reagan with the G at the front?
Yep.
Okay.
Gregan.
Good old Reagan.
The first thing that came to mind.
Nice to meet you, I guess.
Oh, thank you. Now, would
So what kind of plant is this
Oh.
that falls once a year?
Oh, it's
congrats.
called the Watcher's Tear.
What does it look
Yeah.
like?
Oh, it's a beautiful, iridescent blue flower. It's got white lines. It almost looks like a starburst, if you would. You see the blue ones that go across the sky, yes? Comets?
Hmm.
It looks like if a comet hit the Earth. So it is quite a beautiful flower. But this particular one only happens during the meteor shower, and it falls directly down the Watcher's face. So if you ever look up and you see it, then and you see the Watcher, you know the Watcher, the constellation, and you guys would know. It's the one that's like a sinuous dragon-esque looking figure. This particular one always deviates from the rest, and it seems to fall down the face of the Watcher like a tear, and then it'll land somewhere in the earth. And if you can find it and pluck it, it'll grant you a wish.
Trevor's gonna glance very awkwardly to Liliana.
Excuse me. So,
So just like narrowed eyes looking at this old guy like, you fucking with us? I don't say that, but I
Yeah.
think he's fucking with us.
he
He
just
seems
kind of
legit, though.
he like cocks his head and smiles at you, just like.
Well, according to Kiri, seems legit. That was a 3 for an insight check. No, it wasn't. That's not how math works. It was a 5. Still bad.
Seems to be telling the truth.
Cool.
Oh, what the hell? River's gonna check to see too. 15.
He
I'm sorry,
doesn't-
14.
He doesn't seem to be lying about this. He appears to be truthful.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you finished with your interrogations? May I go gather my flowers? Or do you have more questions for me?
What are you gonna tell your grandmother?
That you all took care of her friends and made sure that they were laid to rest finally.
Okay. I thought the friend was the hag for a second.
So I did too. I was like, let's kill this old guy.
All panic moment, yeah. Mhm.
I would sort of look over everyone else. No one else is gonna say anything.
And he's gonna kind of be like, can I go? Can I go?
One more question.
Yes.
How old's the horse?
Oh, old Toby here? Why, he's, I want to say, how old are you, boy? And he pats the horse on the neck, and he's like, I think I got you when I was probably just pushing years. Yeah, I believe that's right. My dear grandmother gave him to me. Said that if I was to travel the world, I should have companionship. So Here we are, me and old Toby here.
Could you repeat how many years you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, you cut out.
He got him at 500 years old when he was
Travel-
pushing 500 years.
Travel the world here.
Oh,
Where are you
yes.
from?
Oh, I don't believe it exists anymore. Yeah, the calamity took away quite a lot. So I don't necessarily have a home, but so long as I've got old Toby in my wagon, here we are. That is home.
Fair.
Just out of curiosity, the Watcher's Tier.
Yes, what about it?
The race that kicks. Is there anything special about the race? Like, if you happen
Yes,
upon
it-
finding it, or if there are any rules,
well-
instructions, weird things guarding it?
Well, not that I know of. It's usually just a race to find it. Because not many people are willing to travel the distance. But it happens, a little later in the day. Wow, thanks, Raiders. It happens, during the grand gala at the summit of the Strahd Mountains. Is where, I don't know, all those sciencey minds get together and they show off their creations. And then at the end, there's a big party, and they get to they all watch the stars, and then they look to see which way the tier goes, and then it's a race to find it. But so far as I know, nobody has ever made it to the flower. It dies after a month, so it is a race against time.
Do they not make it because it's a dangerous path, or just it's a hard to pinpoint item?
It's more of everybody wants a wish. Don't you? You would want a wish, wouldn't you? So, well, everybody who knows about it goes after it, and it can get a little cutthroat. There's no rules against killing others to get it. It's, I believe the hope is you find it, and you can wish away all those sins. So, I have no need for a wish, but... I'm reading the chat. Crack me up.
Stay strong.
I would sort of like still just be looking at the rest of the group, like, do we have anything else for this old guy?
I don't believe so.
I
From
do
you.
have one question. Bit dodgy on the I don't know, saying where you're from. I recognize it doesn't exist anymore, but where was that?
Oh, it was a great kingdom, to the far north. I believe you call it the Shattered Isles now. It was once a country.
And what would Quinn know about that?
Roll me a history check.
Love to. Dirty 20.
Okay. You would know that it is believed that the Shattered Isles were once attached to the continent of Goshal itself. However, it is said that the gods cast the continent aside due to a transgression, which resulted in the burning, or the Great Cleanse, as it were, which is celebrated. It's like the start of the new year. And all that is known currently is that the Shattered Isles want to be recognized as a country again, and have been seeking to be welcomed back to the Council of Countries, which partakes in Rilla. So.
You're certainly interesting. I'm glad that this wasn't a antagonistic encounter.
Oh, you don't want that from me.
Something tells me that that is accurate.
I knew you were all very smart, young ladies. Now, may I go get my flower?
Yes, I think we've badgered you enough.
Of course, thank you. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I will let my grandmother know that you are all doing quite well. She will be pleased to hear that. Who knows, you may see her soon. She's been looking forward to speaking with you all. And he's going to start pulling old Toby back down the road towards the house.
All right, quick question.
Yes.
We started in Einsberg. We're heading towards Rothbury, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so we're in between there. When River and Liliana saw the meteor shower and the meteor headed south,
Yes.
did it look like it was staying on Rilla, or did it look like it was going across the ocean?
Or
like, is it- Or what? Or
Roll me. Roll me is just straight intelligence check.
ah,
Sorry. Or wisdom. Either one.
Okay.
Anyone that uses the mind.
I will take the wisdom check for a 12.
Okay. It definitely seemed like it was going across. However, you would know that it wasn't necessarily on the Watcher this one went. Like
Okay.
the constellation.
Okay, so this isn't the one that we were looking for. Even though it deviated, it didn't cross the constellation that we needed.
It crossed the constellation, but it didn't come down as a tier.
Okay,
So
I'm less excited now.
I would say what is her passive? What's her intelligence?
Oh boy, it's a 12.
12? Okay. This might not have been the star, but something about it seems significant.
Okay. She will wait until they are a distance away from the old man.
Okay.
And then mostly addressing Liliana, but also like group wide. So the one meteor we saw that deviated from the path, it wasn't quite across the Watcher that it needed to be. But it still feels important. And it was heading south, so it's still not far from here. But that was just the other night.
Would you like to go wish hunting?
I mean, potentially.
Liliana will look to the rest of the group.
That sounds like fun.
It sounds like taking a quest from a 2,000-year-old being.
What's the worst that could happen?
I mean,
All right,
technically, we are
to be
on a quest
fair,
from
maybe
a
we don't ask that
7,000-year-old
one.
being.
Well, I mean, that was unknown, and now I feel like we have the information to make a slightly more informed decision.
It won't necessarily be a wish, because I don't think this is the wish flower star falling thingy, but I feel it's related somehow. Like it's something of importance. I don't know if it's good importance, bad importance, but it's awfully similar. And even if it's in like related to a wish spell, that's pretty hefty magic. Which could potentially help us on 9,000-year-old lady quest.
Yeah. Which, do you remember where it looked like it fell?
It would look like it fell south of, like, south of Einsberg correctly, like in the water, or like it was reaching the other land? Sorry, I think I already asked that.
No, you're good. If you guys look on Roll20 real quick, I pulled up the full map. I can show you the general gist of where it's headed.
Okay.
So, wait till we're over there here. Okay. So, if we are looking at the map, typically the stars, specifically in that shooting star thing that you went into this direction. I didn't mean to draw on my map, but here we are. So they were going that way. This particular star fell this way. And it was only one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Could you ping it again?
Yeah.
Or show it again?
All right. Yeah. So the majority of the stars were going this way.
Okay.
The one star, because you guys were down here in Ensberg,
Mm-hmm.
went this way.
So like kind of it's on that.
Yeah.
Perhaps we can go to Layville and see if anyone's heard anything. And if not, charter a ship to cross the straits.
Is
What about everything else that we were already in the middle of, though?
Well,
yeah,
there
is
is
more important than
there was a ping across the strait, correct? In Bree. So
Brester? Yeah.
That's true.
In the mountains.
we'd have to go that way eventually anyway. This would be knocking that one off and then
Yeah.
back to the mainland.
Over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
were we on any sort of timeline for our task in Alethea?
No, it was just
I
the
think
coast.
that was... Yes, we were just heading that way.
I figured
But there's
I'll just go there as the first one. But
There's a ping there as well, though. It's there and in...
Here, so there's a ping here,
mm-hmm.
here, here, here,
Go zoom out.
here,
Yeah.
here, up here,
This is
and down
also
here.
Mm-hmm.
most of these pings. There's a map in the
Yes.
the cast and chat. There's a one where they're all numbered.
Yes.
Ah,
Alright.
fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And then we weren't past
So.
Onishire yet. We were...
Yeah, you guys are like in between Rothsbury and Harvale.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh.
like about in this area. Actually, I think you were starting to enter the trees here because
Mhm.
you are in the forest now. So you're probably more closer to Harvale, but more north. So
Well, do we think we have a time limit for checking out whatever star fell thing versus...
Well, the Watcher's Tier, he said a month, except this isn't the Watcher's Tier, so we're kind of...
But if it's anything like it, then
Mhm.
probably similar.
We could stop in Harvale and see if they saw anything and maybe get a better line on where it was going. And also maybe get transportation that isn't
Yeah.
sort of like kick a boot. It could save some time in the
Mm-hmm.
long run, I guess. I don't know what seems like
That sounds like a
chasing
good idea. Yeah.
signs.
Yeah,
Hmm.
cool with that.
I agree.
I wouldn't
Mhm.
mind picking up more paper and ink.
Wonderful.
Have wizard priorities.
All right.
Nerd.
We love it. All right, so what is the plan? What are we doing?
Start heading southeast.
All right.
Orville, yeah.
Heading towards Harvale.
Oh god.
All right, and you all set out, leaving this strange mansion and weird old man behind. And we'll go ahead and end there for tonight. That way we don't get too far without Rick. Well, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. It was so nice to be back after all this time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I missed you
I
guys.
missed
Yeah.
I miss this group. I miss them so much. You guys are so much fun. I can't
So
wait to see what happens. I also wasn't planning on Lady Arena's grandson showing up yet, but here we are. Yeah, like, why not? I rolled for it, and it said it was him in my random table. So I said, all right, here we go.
That's so suspicious.
All right, well, let's go ahead and do a round of shout outs. So we'll start off with D.
Oh my goodness, I'm D. Hi. I am a voice actor, streamer, musician, and professional GM all across the interwebs. On Mondays, you can catch me over on the Critical Misses channel, where I play a day Zuko in Kingsguard, a Roll20 Spotlight show. On Wednesdays, you can catch me on that same channel, Critical Misses, where I am the mastermind behind Blades in the Dark game called Blue Ghost, which is a Heat mixed with a Don Bluth cartoon-inspired barrel of heisty goodness, and things are getting interesting. They've just met a time traveler who played the Party Rock anthem at a party that they went to. So that was fun. Yeah.
That's tonight.
I
And
lurked
then
in that. It was
on-
hella fun.
Yeah, it's a good time. And then on Thursdays, you can catch me on my channel, where I make up 1/3 of the greatest esports team on all of Twitch, the Dub Club. We are the greatest team. We have never lost a single game of any multiplayer game we've ever played. Don't watch the VODs because, I just told you what happens at the end of them, so there's no need to watch them.
Insight check.
And, who knows? In the future, you might see me doing something else on this channel.
Ooh.
Maybe, just maybe. Could happen. And outside of that, I am the retaining TTRPG Universal Champion. And if you want to find out how you can win a belt like this to show off at conventions, you should follow me on Twitter at @It'sTheRiddler.
Yeah. Right. Amber.
I don't want to follow that.
It's how it isn't the thing.
Hi, I'm Amber, Bedonia Cosplay, Bedonia Italic. You can find me across the thing, not cross me across the things. I'm on social media. You can come follow me. Otherwise, come check us out tomorrow. We're doing a really awesome one-shot. Jess will tell you more because she is far more eloquent than I am. Otherwise, catch me on Mondays, where I play a Viking fighter who really enjoys fight pits, and a cowboy next week for Thursdays, where I play a warlock who really likes setting things on fire. I like combat, so sue me. That's all I got.
Hey, Kaiola.
Okay, I am Kyola Cosplay on various places on the internet. I spend most of my time here playing games. Yep.
We love it. We love
And
it.
according to Twitter, maybe considering streaming. What?
Oh,
Bring it up. Don't you?
I'm ready. I'm
synced
ready to
it.
follow.
Oh.
I support. I say do it.
Well, maybe come learn how to make some slopers
Yes.
pattern stuff.
Yes. Gonna be so good. All
Yeah.
right. Yes.
Me. Okay. Hi, I'm Dr. Psychowl. You can find me as Dr. Psychowl pretty much everywhere except for on Twitter, where I'm Dr. Psychowl TV. Join us again on tomorrow. Yes, on Saturday. Tomorrow. We have a very special one shot that we're going to be running. We're sponsored by Broken Tales, which was voted the #2 most anticipated TTRPG thing, whatever, coming out. There's still time to back them as a late pledge on Kickstarter. We'll have more information about that tomorrow, but it's a super cool rules light system where you play like broken fairy tales in a world where what if the fairy tale villains weren't actually villains, and it's a lot of fun. If you're a fan of like Powered by the Apocalypse kind of systems, you're gonna like this one. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, come back on Saturday for that. Otherwise, we have shows on this channel. Every Monday we have our flagship show, Laurelwind, where I am the DM for that one. We're going through a massive dungeon crawl right now, so it's a lot of fun. Like Amber said, we do every other Thursdays, Cowboys, Western D&D themed, and every other Fridays we do Darkness Rising. So come check us out. And yeah,
Yee.
that's it.
All right, Nat.
Hello, I'm Natalie, Shield Maiden cosplay across all platforms. That's Shield with 2 eyes. You can also find me on Instagram as zelman.arts, where I post my ceramics and other art things like this. Maybe there will be updates on that soon. Who knows? We'll see. Otherwise, I'm here a lot. Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays. Join us tomorrow, as everybody has said, for the cool one shot tomorrow. It's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be great. Can't wait to watch.
It's gonna be so much fun. And I am Princess Lady Bro across all the things. I was a DM for today and gave them all wonderful little dreams. We love dreams. Yeah, come back for all the shows and the things. Come back tomorrow. It's gonna be so much fun. But yeah, that's about it. Is Dusty still streaming? Are we gonna go?
Yes, we're gonna go raid Elegant
We're gonna go
Feather
raid
Duster,
Dusty.
one of our
One of our own.
who is playing a
DM
little
for Thursdays.
Horizon Zero Dawn. So yeah, thank you all. We love you so much, and come back tomorrow. Otherwise, enjoy
Yes.
Dusty.
Thank you.